What if you could shop at heaven's store? The story is told of a woman who had a dream in which she wandered into a store at the mall and found Jesus working behind the counter. He said to her, "You can have anything your heart desires." The woman was surprised, and she began to list all kinds of wonderful things that she wished for: peace, love, happiness, and so on. Jesus smiled at her and said, I think you misunderstand me. We don't sell fruit, only seeds." This is Pastor Tom from Central Assembly of God in Superior, Wisconsin, with another Fuel for the Fire. It's volume 599, Heaven's Store. We live in a world of instant gratification. We have instant coffee, instant pudding, instant replay, and movies on demand. It's gotten so bad we stand in front of the microwave impatiently say, come on, I don't have all minute." A miracle is when God chooses to supersede the laws of the natural world. And while God can miraculously intervene whenever and wherever He chooses, the natural laws in place were also created and implemented by God Himself. God's kingdom here on earth functions according to His law of sowing and reaping. It says in Galatians 6, "Be not deceived, God is not mocked. Whatsoever a man sows, that shall he also reap. For he that sows to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption, but he that sows to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting. And let us not be weary in well-doing," Galatians says, "for in due season we shall reap if we faint not." So the things we desire at heaven's store, like peace, power, joy, strong relationships, healthy bodies, prosperity, favor, and contentment, are not something God just drops into our lap in a mature or completed state. Instead, God gives us the seedling, and it's up to us to cultivate and develop and grow what He's given us. So when it comes to things we desire, like vast biblical knowledge, for example, we don't purchase the end product at heaven's store. We buy the seeds of biblical knowledge. Then it's up to us to till the soil, plant the seed, nourish and water it, and in due season, it'll bring forth an abundant harvest. Could God just download into our brain all the biblical knowledge we could use in our lifetime? I suppose He could. Instead, He chooses to abide by the law of the harvest. If we sow, we will reap. If we sow sparingly, we reap sparingly. If we sow abundantly, we will reap a grand harvest. So buy seeds of divine health, and then pray and eat right, rest well and exercise, and you'll reap good health. Purchase the seeds of strong relationships, and then be kind, loyal, and generous, and watch how your relationships flourish. Cultivate a good attitude, and the seeds of contentment will burst forth abundantly. Sow mercy, and you will reap the same. Don't wait for God to do your part. It's up to you to sow, and when you do, you will reap in due season, if you faint not. Heaven's store only sells seeds. That's the way I see it, and that's a little fuel for the fire. And remember, I love you guys.